So hey again, and welcome to a new video. Today I just want to play Atlas, and Atlas is kind of weird to get played as a solo tank. I mean, it works, or it can work, but I don't know, it's rough for him to survive on the point and stuff, so you actually have to be or play kinda careful, so that's also why I won't run on the point immediately. I just want to start pushing the DPS. And now we kind of want to push up. So just shielding, so Rom can't get any charges against us. See, that's why his setback is so good, because you can just displace enemies and bring them back to where they were before. Now I want to get back. That's why I let my shot go, because then you walk faster. Or you actually slow it when you charge your weapon. And now I kinda want to push up. Again, healing for the same reasons, so he can't get any charges against me. And now I kinda want to push up to the high ground. Just dismounting him. Shielding so we don't get damaged by the seedlings running out of the dead zone. Seems like I have to go on the pot now. Just setting him back so he doesn't kill more than just Corvus. Oh, he didn't actually. Okay, I thought he killed Corvus, but I think the Corvus just teleported out. So usually you want to use Atlas Wall when you're about to die or whatever to get full healed. And not early in the fight, but against their team I feel like it's better to use it earlier, just because I don't want to give them any charges. So the ROM. Oh, I kinda messed up my wall. And I don't have the setback to stop his run. But now we want to create some distance between him and us, just because I don't want him to receive the charges he creates when he's shooting me. Just ulting so they don't get hit in Ying ult, or they have no advantage of the Ying ult.
You've done well. Killing spree.
Okay, he's out, I think. That's fine. he doesn't get resetted. And now I'm lost, so that's why I'm using my wall. And can't get sun through my wall, which is pretty good. Using the setback to reduce the cooldown of my wall.
30 seconds remaining.
Just walling to don't get damaged by the seedlings, or to help my team to don't get damaged by the seedlings.
15 seconds remaining. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overtime.
I am the herald.
Let me save you from yourselves.
But thanks.
Oh, finally caught up with me.
And just finishing up the kills. Again, I want to start on right side. That was actually early wall. I don't know where I walled.
Enemy spotted on the left.
I didn't hit him. He's setback.
Double kill. Unstoppable.
I kinda want to stay behind cover as long as I'm getting hit by callers.
I guess I went a little overboard.
Just setting him back to make his walk longer or harder for him to actually get to the point. And just wasting his resources. And just waiting for my Tyra there.
A fitting end to the world. The end is coming. How devious. The end is coming. How devious.
So welcome back to the second part. As I said, the previous gameplay was kinda short, so that's just why a second one. And we just got the same map, but yeah, this time I'm playing Ruckus and I'm playing aerial assault just for the mobility, or yeah, I don't know, like you can go upwards instead of only forward and backward, which is pretty strong on some maps, especially on Southern Beach or other maps where it's good to get on the high ground or whatever. So yeah, let's see how this works, if it's as quick as the other one or if it takes a little bit longer. So I just like to play or start on the right side. You always want to try to start fights on the right side, because right side is high ground, and high ground means that it's easier for your team to pressure the point. Like you can see, it's so easy for me to pressure point just because I have to shoot downwards and stuff, and for DPS it's always great to shoot from top to bottom, so to say, and you have so much pressure from the high ground if you actually win the first fight over the high ground, so to say. So that's just a general tip for Southern Beach, I guess, that you want to try to start your fights on right side. If you know that it's not working, like if the enemy team have a lot of pressure for the high ground, like good blasters, BK or joggers on this map. Jogger sometimes is pretty strong. It depends on your comp as well, but I think you know what I mean. Like if you can't win the fight over the high ground, then you don't want to go high ground because you're just feeding and giving them free ult charge and free credits. But if there is a possibility that you win the fight over the high ground, always try to start fights off on high ground, just because it's so strong. It gives you so much mobility, yeah, so much possibilities, so much things you can actually try or decide. So always try to start fights on the high ground, basically. See, like here I can just get on the high ground because I'm playing aerial assault, which is pretty good. I can shoot down. I can decide where I want to go easier. Yeah, and you can get over here, like, which is pretty good to, yeah, to have just more mobility. I think it's understandable why it's so strong on Ruckus to have this kind of mobility. And another advice, you can cancel your ult. Like, if you recognize that your ult is, yeah, I mean, if it's not worth staying in your ult, then cancel it. Or if you're about to receive a lot of damage because someone else is ulting on you, just cancel your ult again and get out, or just keep on going, or whatever. And see, it especially for Ruckus, it's pretty easy to spam or hit your rockets from top to bottom. That's also why you want to use high ground. You also could use your dash to get some kind of high ground, so to say, and spam your rockets then. But usually for me it's enough if I stay on the high ground, or just be on the high ground and spam down, so to say. Oh, yeah, I messed up. You can get on the bridge, but yeah, I messed up.
10, 9, 8, enemy rampage. 5, 4, 3, 2, enemy killing spree.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we should defend it. So one thing for Ruckus, actually, you don't actually have to stay the whole time on the point because it's so easy to kill you or deal damage towards you. So just got card 2. Don't have enough credits for card 3, and I just want to save it up for a full card, so to say. And I mean, they probably have a minor advantage over us, just because they have a point tank and we don't have a point tank, so they get at least some cap time. But that's also a thing, you don't want to rush point. Like, there's no value in getting, like, see, they get probably, I don't know, 80-90% or whatever, but yeah, there's no value. We won the fight now, and if we play it correctly here, if we dismount and they can't actually touch and we capture, then there was no value in rushing on point and capping 78%. But the other way, like, if you have already 78% and you come back and actually manage to touch and get a pick and win again, then it's good that you had so much cap time. So you always need to see if you want or when you want to go on the point and when you don't want to go on the point. Here just pressured Dumba, so he used his cooldown to get out. I know my Maeve is there to pressure him, and then I can go on the point, because if you pressure the healer, or if you make the healer use, or it doesn't matter who in the enemy team, if you make anyone use a certain cooldown, then it's good for you, because they used a cooldown and then you can swap your target or do whatever you want to them, because they need to wait the whole time, so to say. So just resilience, because of their crowd control they have a lot. Like, Pip brings a lot of CC, although he's playing healer, his ult is a lot of CC. He also slows and therefore his legendary doesn't matter if or what he plays. He brings a lot of CC in general. Shalin cripple, Dumba ult, Dumba stun, Maeve ult. I just ulted here to don't get affected by Dumba's ult. you are actually CC immune and Ruckus also. You can ult to avoid some. Yeah, you also could, if you are good, time it on a Pip ult, or if you sometimes you have a feeling like Pip is going to ult. Like there, I could tell Pip is going to ult, but I didn't have my ult up because I used it before. Because many Pips just start jumping in or running into you, and then you know they are ulting. Then you can also ult to don't get chickened or whatever. So this is also a use where you could, yeah, use Ruckus ult to don't get CC'd or whatever, and they actually have a lot of CC, so that's why I bought Resilience. And as you can see, I don't really play on the point. Now I play on the point because they are contesting, we want to push it in, so we need some HP, some shields or tank, whatever, who can absorb or eat some damage, because my Corvus wouldn't stay alive long enough on the point. Even for me, it's kind of hard because it's so easy for them to actually hit me and stuff, but then if you're about to push in or if you're contesting or whatever, then you want to go on the point and make it easier for your healer to heal, stay alive. And if you're not contesting on the point, your healer can easily go on the point and you can pressure the backline, do whatever you want on basically every tank. You don't have to push. Like, you have to go on the point sometimes, have to win the point fights, pressure the points. And if you won the fight, then you can do whatever you want because your healer is on the point. So I finished Resilience. So for me it's pretty good because I'm not affected that long on or by their CCs, and it's just easier for me to stay alive when I'm not CC'd. I think that's understandable. So there was no need to ult, just because Dumba ulted, didn't ult me, so to say. And here I just want to dismount. It doesn't matter if I die or not. Yeah, you want to stay alive, or you want to try to stay alive. But if you have a certain cap time, not yet for us obviously, but if you're around 80-90%, you can just go in and just do anything you can do so they can't touch, because then it doesn't matter if you died or not if they can't touch. Just ulting here to shred him or pressure point. Yeah, okay. The second I saw him, I knew I should have ulted. Should have kept or should have stayed in my ult. But we win, so yeah. Some quick games, I guess. Some Atlas gameplay, some Ruckus gameplay. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you had a nice day. And always remember, don't forget, you guys are awesome.